On this episode of Camping with Betsy, we are working on the van. I need to deep clean the cargo area a little bit further so I can prep for spray paint. I'll be spray painting the entire van. We'll also be touching on budget and future plans. So stick around for some chill vibes and hopefully you'll learn something.
This is day 2. My plan today is to clean the walls, prime the floors, and do some executive work on my computer to figure out the layout as well as order a few items. This was just the cargo door. This is gross, bro. That's what I mean by clean it. I have to paint all these little scratches that are in here so that way nothing rusts. But like, this is what I'm up against. So my goal now is to scrub the floor one more time, and then later in the afternoon when it gets incrementally hot, my plan is to do like some admin work and find my Max air fan that I want and purchase it, to find the swivel seat I want and purchase it, and to find a way that I want to install my bed. I need to start doing research on that. Anyway, I've got some degreaser, and these are the tools that I was talking about that I've only ever really used on the bathtub. And I loved it. Some degreaser. This like, there's like years of layers of construction dust, it looks like. Yeah, that's the way to go, baby. Because I scrubbed the crap out of this spot yesterday, and it did not leave good results with the auto detailing brush that I had, which was like a soft bristle. This is like a hard bristle set. Yeah, look at that. That's the way to do it. All right, and then it's like the degreaser is not even leaving a film, so we are in a good spot. We're gonna do it up, baby. Oh yeah, that is it, buddy. I want to be transparent about cost. So day 1 I had to buy like extermination products to kill the little buggies that were in here. $27.78. Day I purchased my swivel seat, $409.99 with shipping. With the swivel shop you can use my coupon code Get Outside. I get 6% commission, or you can use the coupon code if it's still active, 40 off, and that gives you $40 off your purchase. And then the second thing I just purchased was my Max air fan. I went with the Max Air Max Fan Deluxe Smoke 75K. Was $309, and that was $309. My voice cracked. Yeah, that was a lot of money just for a fan. And then I also bought 10 linear feet of Thinsulate, and I'm gonna put that in this area so that way I can keep my bed as long as possible. It made the most sense to order from Van Life Outfitters. There was no coupon code available, but they do offer free shipping, and with tax I spent $437.63. Also checking in for a total, I spent another $24.55 on 2 more spray paint cans, as well as JB Weld for the holes in the floor of the interior. All right, paint plan top to bottom. PPE. Alright guys, I've painted the van. I might do one more layer towards the end, but that's going to be it for day 4. Okay, I think it's time we talk about some things. The van is all prepped. It's scrubbed and it's spray painted. Now we need to start thinking about configuring the van. I've got some ideas and I think I'm gonna kind of go the quirky route. What I have here in front of me is some Pinterest inspiration boards, and I'm gonna just share it here on the screen. This first one, oh yes, it's feminine, it's soft, but also it's got a little bit of masculine to it with the flooring. I like the pattern of the flooring. I like the pop of the pattern in the pillow. I like patterns. So aesthetically, I'm gonna be kind of leaning into that. I'm more of a maximalist when it comes to colors. I think the colors I typically like are a little bit brighter. You can see behind me, I've got these paintings that I did myself and I really like them. I like the rug on the floor. I like the wood accent on the floor in this one. I like the yellow cabinets. So now we're looking at aesthetics, right? So this third one, I like how there is painted cabinets. I like how there's a patterned floor. Now, this is what's important to me. I want there to be aesthetic versus meets functionality, right? Utilitarianism. So the fact that there's like a little trash can here where you can just put a bag, you know dang well I'm not gonna have a trash can that I can like empty it wherever I need to. It's gonna be little store bags like this that I need to fill with trash. So I like this idea. If I can implement that somehow, I would love to. You notice that even that picture has a pattern attached to it on the bottom rug. Here we've got some colored cabinets. I love the way the jars are underneath the cabinet. I know I'm going to have a plug underneath my cabinet, so I'm planning for that. Here, this is the layout I'm probably going to go with. I'm going to go with a fixed bed. I'm going to have a garage underneath. I'm going to have all the functions of the van underneath there, and I will also probably have cedar plank ceilings. This one here, I just like the whimsicalness of the shapes that they've cut for their cabinetry. Again, the same thing carries on into this picture. The whimsicalness of the cabinetry, the pops of color with the backsplash and the entry mat, and the cedar ceiling. I love that. And we only have 2 more left here. I like the functionality of having a fold-out table at the entry point. So that's probably something I'm going to install into mine. I like the colored cabinets, the wood accents. Here it's a little bit more extreme. It's not necessarily what I would lean into, but it's really just to see how certain patterns can work together and how certain colors can work together. Now that you've seen that, I'm going to bring you on into Procreate, and I just took photos of my van and I just drew over of what I'm thinking for the layout. So to start, we've got the passenger side. We're going to have a black seat installed where my kiddo's going to sit. We're going to have this overhead cabinet situation. I'm going to put a DC plug in there where I can charge my camera batteries, my drone batteries, and keep that close to the driver's seat. And then I would love to have maybe a step from the driver's seat to the back of the cab. I don't know if that's something I can actually facilitate. We'll see what the spacing looks like once the chair is in there. Over here, I would love to install a window. Is the budget going to make out for that? I don't know. And then here, this is going to be my kitchen area. It is going to extend past the doorway, so it's going to be a little bit of a squeeze to get into the vehicle. That's something that I'm going to have to compromise on, just for the fact that I'm going to be traveling with a kid and I need to prioritize his safety if we were to ever get into an accident, that I know he is safe in a formal seat that is not just a box with a seatbelt on it. This here, I drew a little flip out table. I would love to keep that as part of my van. Moving on to the driver's seat photo I took. You can see here where I've continued the kitchen. I'm kind of playing with the idea of putting the diesel there. I don't know yet. There's a lot of planning that goes into building a van, and if I think about every little step, I'm starting to get overwhelmed. So I'm going to take each task one at a time and go from there. I'm going to put a sink. I'm not going to have a gray tank. I'm going to have a gray tank system underneath the cabinets. I'm going to potentially have enough space to cook inside the van next to the sink, or if I want to open the door and have that flip out table we talked about, I can cook on that. This is just to show what the bed could look like in that space. Underneath, I'm going to have my battery bank, and I'm only going to run an AC extension cord in my van. I don't think I'm going to do the traditional battery banks, the Victron system, and all of that. I think I'm going to go maybe a Bluetti or a Jackery, and then from that run an extension strip that sits nicely underneath my cabinet. We're going to have overhead storage across the entire passenger side of the van. So a pantry, a place where I can keep my dishes, a place where I can keep my clothes. I do not want a storage system above the driver's side of the van where I'm going to be sleeping. I don't want to have to worry about the headspace. Hopefully I can make the bed tall enough where I can fit my bike in it. I love biking. At the moment, my bike is broken, so I need to repair a few things on it. I had a nasty little crash carrying boxes from the mailbox. That was a lot of fun. So moving on from this photo, I'm going to show you the third photo that seems to be missing some information. So 1 second. And this is just showing that I would like a cabinet installed behind the passenger seat that we're adding and in between the bed. I want it to be ceiling to floor. I want some system where I can maybe hang up a couple nice shirts because I do like to dress nice occasionally. Nice for me. I've kind of gone the full route of granola girl mom where I'm Adam Sandlering it all the time. So I would like to just keep a couple nice shirts that are not all wrinkled and bunched up. I'm going to have probably the battery bank down here, the refrigerator on the right of that, and above all of that, I'll just have some additional storage where I can keep dry goods like pasta or beans, along with whatever else we might accrue, or, you know, as humans, we like to hoard. So with that, I hope that the rest of the videos that I post, you truly enjoy them. I would love to hear your feedback. If there's anything you're like, oh, she's doing that wrong and it's not too late, maybe I can fix it. I am learning here. This is the first big build I've ever done. I did some small things on the house that I owned back in the day, but this was, you know, small, aesthetic repairs, if anything. Now I'm dealing with structural integrity of things, and I'm dealing with things that are going to be on the road and going to be shaking all the time. So I want to make sure I'm doing the best I can. We'll see you next week, and or we'll see you in 2 weeks. I think that's kind of the schedule I'm going to aim for. I am building a van, I am shooting it all by myself, and I am editing it all, so it's going to take some time. Be patient with me. I hope that you subscribe. I believe I have 250 subscribers at the moment. I love that for me. Thanks for being here. Once I reach 500 and have a certain amount of watch hours, so if you watch my video all the way through, it helps me as well. Hopefully I get monetized, and hopefully I can continue to be on the road. I would love nothing more. I am so thankful that I had 17 people subscribe to my last video, so thank you, thank you, thank you.